What up, YouTube?
For the old man.
That's right. We're back. Back for episode number 10, OOTP24 and beyond. Miami Marlins General Manager Kevin Oleman just wrapped up the 2027 season, making our way through the postseason. We just wrapped arbitration in the previous episode. In this episode, we intend to make our way through the winter meetings, which take place between December 16th through December 19th, as well as the Rule 5 draft, which takes place on December 23rd. We'll see how far beyond that we go, but we at least would like to cover those two aspects in this episode. So let's get into it. I'm gonna try to do this live, not necessarily live, but as I go through it to make the trades, instead of doing the screenshots, which is what I did at the halfway mark, I'll try to do this similar to the way I conducted the winter meetings the first time around, so that if I need to, I can show player profiles. But if not, we'll see how it goes. All right, so right now we are currently at November 28th, which is still prior to the start of free agency. So I'm just gonna get started and make our way on to the winter meetings. If any appealing trade offers come our way, I will execute and stop to let you know about them. All right, let's go. All right, so we've arrived here now at the winter meetings, December 16th, without incident. Various trades were made, or various trade offers were made, none were executed. So we're definitely gonna make some moves in this window. Stay tuned for the first coming up next. All right. We are in business. We got our first trade on the board for this year's winter session. We're going to be parting ways with second baseman Cooper Kinney. We partnered up with the Atlanta Braves. They will send our way Will Banfield, catcher Will Banfield, and center fielder Brendan Toure. So just a quick peek. Here's what we're giving up. Cooper Kinney. Attribute-wise, he has a decent bat, although he's prone to strike out. What I don't like about him and what makes him expandable for me is this section here. He doesn't really have much of a glove, so it's not like he helps us in that area. What we get in return for him, and by the way, Cooper Kinney, 24-year-old. All right, what we get in return, Will Banfield, 28, catcher. Doesn't have much of a bat, as you can see, so we definitely lose in that area, but look at his glove. He may be good enough to crack the, I won't say starting lineup, but he may definitely crack the MiLB squad, and he has a ring from this past season. Oh yeah, Atlanta just won the World Series, so it'll be good to get him on there. And then we get this young guy, Brendan Toure, 23-year-old. He has a lot more development to go, but what I really like about him is his speed and ability to play multiple positions. Doesn't have much of an arm, so yeah, he may end up in left field, I'm sorry. All right, so that's trade number one so far. There's no cash involved with this trade, but we're just now getting started, so we'll see how things go. We are back. We've settled in on our second trade here. We found a trade partner with the Colorado Rockies. We are giving up catcher Luka Tresh, 27-year-old catcher, who we've decided we no longer need. He's a fairly decent catcher. It's just, hey, we're loaded at the position. So Luka Tresh, we're giving him up in return, and this is also a 40-man roster move as well. So giving him up, we free up a 40-man roster spot while picking up 4 minor leaguers. This is another trade we don't get any cash for. So let's see who we get in return. 25-year-old Matthew Polk. He's a center fielder. As you can see, what I like about him, he plays multiple positions, infield and outfield. Doesn't have the best arm, but that's okay. Does have leadership ability, which I really like. He has this type of speed that I like and base running. His batting is subpar, but you know, we'll see. And he's kind of old.
Come on now, dog.
Again, like I said, this is mainly a 40-man roster move. All right, next up, we get a couple pitchers. First, Lorenzo Encarnacion, a 26-year-old. Again, another older guy. He's mainly going to be help for our minor league system. 5'11", 190, 26-year-old. Like I said, he was previously in their high A system, on their high A team. Okay, and then we also get Inger Sanchez, 24-year-old, 6'5", 190, right-handed pitcher. All right, and then lastly, this is huge. We pick up a youngster, a young catcher in return, Aiden Camberg, 23-year-old. So he looks like a catcher of the future, and he got, so this is what made giving up Luca Tresh worth it. This is what made it really worth it. All right, so that's our tech and trade. We'll be back with the next one. All right. We are back, and we are in the process of agreeing to a multiplayer deal with the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is another 40-man roster move as well as a cash move. So on our side, we will be parting ways with 29-year-old right-handed pitcher Bryce Jarvis, 28-year-old right-handed pitcher Frankie Scalzo Jr., and 24-year-old catcher Brian Bantecourt. So let me just show a quick peek of their profiles. 29-year-old Bryce Jarvis, he's not that bad, you know what I'm saying? If you look at his profile, look at his stats, he had a decent 2027 season for us. The thing is, I think it's just going to be a numbers game. I don't see him making the roster next year, and on the contract side, he's out of options. So we're going to go ahead and part ways with him. Frankie Scalzo, oh my goodness. It's very similar. This is his last option year. As good as he looks, damn, should I part ways with this guy? Am I tripping, y'all? Wait a minute. I didn't think this one through completely. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
I don't know, y'all. Hold on. I think I might be tripping. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me double check this trade. Okay, you know what? We're back. Had to make a slight adjustment, had to shave $2 million off the deal, but here's what we came up with. I threw Scalzo back, Scalzo Jr. I'm like, whoa, what am I thinking? We can use that guy. Instead, now I know this might look even crazier. We're gonna give up Zorman Embriano, but the thing about him is his control. And I tried to bring him up. He did decent, you know what I'm saying, in the 8.1 innings that he came in for us, but I still think long term, this guy has control issues and really low work ethic. So we included him in the trade instead of Frankie Scalzo Jr. We still will be throwing Brian Bantecourt in the trade, Bantecourt, whatever, however you pronounce that. All right, so those are the three players we're giving up. In return, we're not really getting much again. Like I said, this is mainly a 40-man roster move. We pick up a 30-year-old who most likely may not even be on any roster come opening day, to be honest with you. Also, Ezekiel Ventura, a 25-year-old right-handed pitcher. But mainly this is for the cash. We get $2 million instead of $4, but we'll take it. All right, so that's the third trade that goes down. All right. We are back now with the fourth trade of the winter session. This is still day one of the winter meetings, y'all. I don't know how deep we're gonna go, but so far you can see we've been pretty productive. On the block, we have trade partners, Toronto Blue Jays. We will be giving up right-handed pitcher Manuel Medina, He's a pretty good looking 25-year-old, but as you can see, morale, he's angry. Contract wise, he's in his last option year. The chances of him making it, he's a good pitcher, but the numbers wise, I don't think he'll make it, to be honest. He's a lefty though, sidearm pitcher, spontaneous and carefree. He just doesn't have the movement and the control, even though he does have good stuff. He's a really good pitcher. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we are willing to part ways with him. We're gonna pick up another second baseman, who we don't really need, by the way.
What?
Josh Kasovic is how I pronounce that. And he's a fragile guy, so the chances of us holding on to him are slim to none, to be completely honest.
Bruh.
If we can deal him this winter, we will, and if not, we'll look to trade him soon. But we are going to go ahead and make this deal because, like I said, this will free up a 40-man roster spot, as well as you can see here, this deal includes $1 million. So, you know, we're back on the grind trying to make as much money as we can during this trade window. All right, so that's the fourth trade. We'll see what we got coming up next. All right. I think we just made a pretty nice, pretty sweet deal. Or we're in the process, I should say, of making a really sweet deal here with the San Francisco Giants. I've decided to part ways with Chase Strumpf. If you recall, he's the first baseman. We picked him up from Chicago this past July. 29-year-old. He actually was not on the 40-man at all, so he was free in that regard. However, I think we're going to lose him in the Rule 5 draft if we didn't put him on the 40-man roster. So I decided to see what his trade value would be, even though he has 3 options left. But what we were able to find, we found a trade partner in San Francisco, and they're willing to give up left-handed pitcher, relief pitcher, Garrett Crochet, I think is how you pronounce his name. But I really like this guy, 6'6", 220. Look at his attributes. Look at that stuff and that movement. Wow. Even though his control isn't the best, the stuff in the movement, I think, makes up for it. Better than the guy, that 25-year-old we just traded, Medina, I believe it was, who was a sidearm pitcher. He's a lefty, but he was a sidearm. This guy is a normal he has a normal 3-4 slot power pitcher type with ground ball tendencies. Look at that fastball, that slider, that change. Oh yeah, I like this kid a lot. He's 28 years old. His salary, now check out how creative we got with the money. So Garrett Crochet's salary, also real quick before I get into that, a quick look at his stats from the 2027 season, which were split between AA and the Major League. He pitched in 64 Major League innings. So San Francisco will retain 75% of his $6.7 million salary, which comes out to $5 million. So they'll cover $5 million. And in addition to that, they also are going to give us $3 million in cash. So essentially they're covering his entire salary. But not only that, there's a bit of a excess cushion that we get as well. All said and done, as it states here, our available money will improve by $1.325 million. And yeah, I think we get a player that we really need and can help our ball club at the major league level next year. So this is an all-around really good trade. That's trade number 5 of the session. I think I may move on to the next day. That's 5 trades. That's enough for this day right here. I'm gonna move on to the next trade and see if we make a few more during the winter meeting sessions. All right. So we went ahead and advanced to the second day of the winter meetings window, and then we stumbled upon trade number 6. So we found a trade partner in the Chicago White Sox, who you can see has basically no money to give, which is fine. We still were able to make a decent trade out of this. We are gonna part ways with 23-year-old prospect right field Lazaro Montes. Let's take a look at him real quick. You might be able to see a couple reasons we were able to part ways with this guy. 6'8", 235-pound power hitter. although he cannot avoid a strikeout to save his life, as you can see. So he's prone to striking out, and another area right here, he's low on leadership, and as they say, he's just an average Joe. So I don't think he'll really reach that full potential there of 2.5 stars. So that's who we'll part ways with. We acquired him via trade with Seattle in 2023. So that was before Kevin Oleman's time with the franchise. All right, so in return, we're gonna get, now I pronounce this Ian, I-X-A-N. I don't know, I think the X is silent or something, because otherwise it's unpronounceable, especially for me in my struggles. So what I like about this kid, 6'2", 185-pound left-hander, I already said that. 25-year-old is what I was trying to say. He was previously, they acquired him via trade with the Mets in 24. So you can see he's a solid pitcher. He has 4 pitches, a potential starter. He's 25, so I think he's close to reaching his potential. And now, as opposed to the guy we're giving up, Montez, I think Henderson has a chance to reach his full potential here, if given a chance. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also, this is minor league for minor league, so this will not touch our 40-man roster. I'm not sure if he is eligible for the 40-man though, to be honest, but we'll find out once I complete the trade. But yeah, so that's trade number 6. I think we might be winding down here when it comes to the trades, but I'll still peek around and do some extra due diligence to see if there's anything else we can do. Okay, so I think that might be it, guys. We're still at December 17th, which is day number 2 of the winter meetings, which is 16, 17, 18, 19, a 4-day window. I think I'm tapped out though, to be honest, in terms of trades. So I'm going to simulate individually the remaining days. Unless we get any compelling offers within that time, we're just going to go ahead and make our way toward the Rule 5 draft. Also, I want to state here, we're pretty much booked, you know, in terms of our rosters. So saying all that to say, I don't anticipate making any selections in the Rule 5 draft. It's really going to be a matter of crossing our fingers with the hopes that we don't lose, you know, any more prospects. As you saw last season, we lost a potential future outfielder to the Rule 5 draft, and there are a number of unprotected players that we will have going into this year's Rule 5 draft as well. I won't even get into who they are. We'll just show after the results of the draft. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and simulate forward. I'll come back and update if we make any trades between now and the end of this winter meeting window. All right, so we made our way through the completion of the winter meetings without incident. We didn't even have any trade offers, so that was that. We are now at the winter 5 draft.
What?
The winter 5, I'm sorry. The Rule 5 draft. We are now at the Rule 5 draft. Like I said, we don't have any intentions of making any selections, so I'm gonna go ahead, simulate the draft, and I will come back with any updates to let you know if we lost any players. Damn, y'all. Damn. I swear they should have a rule on the number of players you can lose in the Rule 5 draft. My goodness. We end up losing 3 players, 3 really good young players. I'm slightly embarrassed by the first guy, Dax Fulton, the pitcher. We ended up losing him. He was injured. We took him off the 40-man while he was injured, and then he cleared waivers. I kind of just forgot about him, to be honest.
What?
Anyhow, Milwaukee Brewers claim him. As you can see, he's still kind of injured there. He has 4 days left on the injured list with an elbow strain. So that's really unfortunate right there. That's horrible. That's my bad, y'all. That's my fault. That's a learning lesson for Kevin Oleman. He's gonna have to learn from that one and bounce back. This next guy is another one. We completely miss out on Andres Silvera, 23-year-old, number 39 prospect in the minor leagues. Boston Red Sox claim him in the Rule 5 draft. He was a 2.5 overall, 3.5 potential star prospect guy. Horrible, 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 horrible. And then the third guy we lose, who I anticipated losing, I thought it was going to be tough to hold on to him. Steve MiLB, second base, shortstop, basically middle infielder, 5'8", 175, 23-year-old. We also lose him to the Rule 5 draft. So, yeah, man, that's quite unfortunate to lose those three players. But again, as I mentioned before, we can't hoard players if we don't have a role for them on our 25-man roster, on our 26-man roster, I'm sorry. If we don't have a role for them on the MLB or on the 40-man, they're going to be up for grabs. That's just how it goes. All right, so that's that. So next, since we do have time, I'm going to go ahead, forge along to the next year, the next calendar year that is, which is 2028, in preparation for the next season. We'll also take a look at the international free agents, the younger guys, to see what offers we're going to make. So we can go ahead and handle that in this episode as well. So we'll be back with that. All right, so we're back and we are at January 15th. It is time to look at signing international free agent prospects. Now, these are the young guys that we want to bring into our international complex and begin the development process with. I already looked and saw that we currently only have 10 players signed to our international complex. So for this signing period, instead of going after high quality players that may be a bit pricey, we're going to go after quantity and try to sign as many as we possibly can. All right, so here we are on the international free agent signing board. Just gonna go through and look at who we wanna target. I'm actually gonna go by potential. And then see, let's make an offer out to this guy. Left-handed pitcher, Alex Villarreal. I'm pretty sure he's gonna end up demanding more, but we can make an offer to him as the top guy. This guy right here, Sergio Angulo, I'm fairly sure he'll end up asking for more. Currently only asking for $230, which is good. And I mean, we really need a bit of everything. Outfielders, maybe not as much. That's probably the least we need. Of the 10 players we had, we only had 2 pitchers. I don't like his low work ethic. Damn. I'm gonna have to pass on him. Even though he fit nicely in our price range, we gotta stay disciplined. Gotta stay disciplined, y'all. Let me see, I would say the least thing we need is an outfielder. Next to that is a catcher. So we're gonna try to focus on pitchers and infielders. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, damn.
Hey, what happened?
And again, right now, the name of the game is quantity. Right, we want to sign as many players as we can. Now I'm trying to find a catcher. Okay, boom. We reached the limit. There it is right there. Alright, so we'll see how things go with that as we progress and make our way toward the new season. I think I have a plan. What we're going to do here now is simulate our way to spring training, to the start of spring training, and I will stop and let you know about the players we signed along the way. All right, we're back. We are right at the start of spring training. Before we hop into that, I am going to go over the international free agents that we were able to sign, and let's get into that right about now. All right, so here we are. These are all of the free agents that I signed. Now, not quite. Sergio Morales, if you remember, see how he's already designated to Miami DSL. This is the guy that we signed last year. So everyone else are the newly signed class for 2028, and they are all signed to our complex, our international complex. So just to briefly go over the players, we got Jesus Arce, I believe is how you pronounce that. He's from the Dominican. 16-year-old, 6'1", 175, second baseman. He looks like he has pretty good potential with the bat, fairly good speed, and he could potentially develop his glove as well. So we'll keep an eye on him, and I love how he's durable. All right, next is Nicolo Cacapuz.
What?
I'm not, yeah, that's the best I can do with that. The Venezuelan 17-year-old right fielder, 5'11", 165. He looks like he has pretty good potential with the bat. I really like his potential to avoid Ks. He has a high work ethic, low financial ambition. He does not have the best glove, but we'll see how he develops. He does have a decent outfield arm though. All right, next up we got Lazaro Gallegos, right fielder, 16-year-old, 6'6", 200 pounds. He looks like he can potentially be dangerous. He has a really good outfield arm. If he develops his glove, look out for this guy. He could be one of those corner fielders with power, because I believe he can develop more than that 50 power. All right, next up we got Luis Medina, 16-year-old from Venezuela, shortstop. Look at that. Look at his potential bat. Wait, did we already look at? Wait, hold on. No, okay. I was making sure I wasn't getting him confused with this guy, but yeah, no. Luis Medina. Okay. Better look out for these guys. Wait, let me finish talking about him. He has a high work ethic. He looks like he already has a pretty good glove. You better look out for this guy right here. He might really develop into a future shortstop. And he's 16. All right, then next is another 16-year-old, Rogelio Burgos from Dominican, 5'9", 150. He's a second baseman. We'll see how he develops. Then we have a first baseman, Arturo Castillo, 6'3", 205. Nothing too special about him, but we'll see if he can surprise us. Again, we just need numbers, you know? Then we have Jorge Morales, 16-year-old, 5'9", 160, left-handed pitcher. He has high adaptability and high work ethic. Unfortunately, high financial ambition, but we'll see how he pans out. So far, he only has 2 functional pitches and a phantom third pitch there, that changeup. All right, next, you already know about Sergio Morales. Again, that's the guy we signed last year. Okay, then we got Frank Aguilar, 16-year-old, 6'3", 200-pound first baseman. Nothing too special about him. Then we got the Venezuelan Sergio Cardoso, 6'1", 175, left-handed pitcher. Nothing too special about him just yet, but he is a lefty, so we'll see if he can develop into something. All right, and that'll do it. So these are the kids that we bring in to the international team. For the most part, only 2 of them are 17 years old. That third 17-year-old is Sergio Morales. But yeah, so only 2 of the new guys we bringing in are 17, meaning the chances of these other ones making it up to any of the DSL teams are slim. I try not to bring up 16-year-olds unless they're really good or unless we really need to bring them up. So I don't think we'll be bringing up any of these guys, but again, it's good to have them signed and in on the development team. All right, guys. So that'll just about do it for this episode number 10. We got a lot done in this one, man. We accomplished the winter meetings. We went through the dreaded Rule 5 draft and lost our socks. We're about to get ready. Oh, we went through the international free agency, signed some international free agents. I didn't do much in the regular free agency, although I'm about to take a look at, I kind of, slept a little bit on, I relied on what we already had basically in our cupboard for this upcoming spring training. So I say all that to say we could be in a position where we might need to sign players to fill roles for spring training, but we'll find that all out in the next episode. For now, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Until the next time.
For the old man.
Peace.